maxed out, or? The answer is what you can get. We do that by asking. There you go. So people that buy rental properties, they can pay sometimes 80 up to close to 80% of what you're asking. So like if you, like my offer, I would come in, house is worth 100, 65% minus 10 in repairs. So let's say I contract it for 50,000 and I plan on making 55. There are people that will buy that property at 80 cents on the dollar. You just gotta, you put it out there. A lot of times people, and I think this is one of the questions is, man, these numbers are all skewed with these wholesalers and the repairs are all off. But the thing is, on some of them, they sell. Sometimes it's silly money that goes out there and somebody that's new and different things. But just because I'm going to put 10,000 into this rehab, AC's got a really quick crew that's quick and he can do the same rehab for 5. Or maybe I decide to put granite in. Do you see how the repairs can get a little bit different? So the key is ask. Ask your investors. When they come out and let's say I put this property out there at $75,000. So an investor kind of goes and looks at it. And this is kind of funny because they're investors, but hey man, you're interested in the property? No, no, I'm good. And they'll leave. They don't ever make an offer. The numbers don't work and they leave. Well man, would you take it for 40? Well, yeah. And I asked that, would you take it for 40? Because I want to know, is he even interested in the property? Maybe it's a bad area, that type of thing. I prompt things by asking the questions I do, and I'm real dramatic to get an answer. If he says, no, it's too bad of an area for me, he's not interested in the property. Would you take it for 40? Yeah. Okay, so my number of 75 won't work. What number works for you? What are you going to put in repairs? Do you put granite in this type of neighborhood? Find that out. You ask questions. With the more information and things that you get from them, the more you can put a deal together based on what he wants. And then you get to know what your investor wants. So next time, yeah, that guy's a little high on his repairs, but he closes every time, and he tends to pay a little bit more. So it kind of evens out by talking to him and asking that. And it's funny how many will leave. You never get that information. That's your chance right then and there to build a relationship with that buyer. That's what I did in the beginning. And now when I get a deal, I know exactly who's going to pay what they're going to do with the property, because as a wholesaler, I can go back and look and educate myself. What sells, what doesn't sell. Man, this one didn't sell in this neighborhood. Does it make sense? So the answer is what you can get, and you figure that out by talking to them.
And your price is negotiable.
Everything's negotiable. On every deal I get. I mean, it's like I have my fee, and that's why it's really critical. I'm going to get my $5,000 on this deal. I am going to get this deal to close quickly. And the fee is based on what I get. When I close the deal, I'll look back. What could I have done better? Is there something more I could have done? It has to be a win-win. Win on my side, win on the seller side. Did they feel good emotionally about the deal? Were they happy? Was it a smooth transaction? And was it a good deal with the buyers? If you leave enough meat on the bone for the buyers, the emails and things like that, buyers will call you. You don't even have to email them. If you get a good, oh man, I'm ready for another one, boom, and they call you, and they call you. Imagine having 10 buyers call you each and every week. It's like and there's another question on there about, I'm not in the real estate business, it's a people business, but I'll wait till you get the question.
So I don't think I will get to the question, so if you have a quick point.
About building your team. You know, it's a people business. Your team consists of the seller. The seller is on your team, because without that, the weakest link is the seller doesn't decide to sell you her property. What business do you have? That's a strong link that you have to have. It's your sellers, your buyers, your title company. You have to get along with all these people, and they're all part of your team. So you want to make sure that you take care of them. The title company, get them what they need. Sorry, I'm going off on inspectors, title company. But at the end of the day, you negotiate. My fee is not set in stone. If you offer me, I'm asking 10, and your number's 2, I never get, oh, dude, I'm not taking that. Now, is that buyer going to call me on the next deal? I want to know why, what are you offering, why can I make it happen? Man, if I get something that fits that number, I'll call you. So.
Okay, so very quickly, guys.
Sorry.
Just one line answer. What is the average that you're getting? What's your average assignment fee that you are making these days?
4 to 6.
4 to 6,000.
I would say 6. Ours was 9 last year.
I'd say we're doing about 9.
We have 4 closing in the next 2 weeks over 10.
What's the average?
Probably closer to 8 to 10.
So 9. Average close to 9. Okay. Alrighty. Now, we're pretty much done with the time of the panel, but before we end and open it up for questions, I wanted to ask if there are any unique perspectives, anything individually that you guys want to discuss, including, I know some of you take on students, talk about your mentorship programs, if you would. Keep it short if I may request, please.
Me and my partner, Tim Mai, we have a coaching mentoring program. We just changed the name to the Prosperity Real Estate Group, and we also have a networking event monthly. So if you're interested in that, you can go to dohousedeals.com. That way, that's where all our deals are at, and you'll be on the email list for if you want to go to the networking event or anything like that.
Clay?
I've actually put together a website called TexasWholesaleAcademy.com. I put in some videos and everything, and I've been told it's pretty good, so check it out.
Andy?
If you're a buyer, go to cashcowboys.com and just put in your name and your email address, and you'll get an email from me to confirm that you want to be on my buyers list. So if you're a buyer, do that. If you're interested in getting to wholesaling, how many people went to my class today? My third, two people here. I'm going to continue doing that. I've got a 3-day. Just 2-hour gig, and all I'm focusing on is how to market to motivated sellers. So if you're interested in showing up tomorrow or Thursday, you're welcome. It's free, and it's at the Eats Grill on Hempstead, starting at 9:30 and it goes till about 11:30. And don't come to me and ask me for the address. If you got guys, I want people who are motivated to look that kind of stuff up. And get out there at 9:30, and I'd be happy to give you some free information.
If you guys are a buyer, if anyone's a buyer out here, same thing. WholesaleHoustonHouses.com. And I'm really not offering any classes right now or any mentor programs. Wholesale Houston Houses, it's up there, yeah. But we're in the process of doing that, me and my partner. And if you guys are interested, there's I've seen a huge need and a niche for not looking at a house. And a lot of us work, a lot of us have a corporate job, and you don't have time to go out to a house every single weekend or every night. You got to cook dinner, you have to put the kids to bed. I understand that. So, I mean, I really love the freedom of this business, and I try not to ever look at a house. I try to make a ton of offers. I sent out last night I emailed 10 offers last night. I've never looked at any of the houses. So that's what I try to focus on, and that's my specific niche. And we don't have, and my company's JV Home Buyers, we don't have anything in a mentorship program just yet, but we are looking for people that are interested. So if you're interested, come give me a shout. I'll be in the back, and yeah.
When you're getting started, just keep taking action. I mean, everybody up here is willing to share. Just go up, ask those questions. As you make that mistake, the next thing's going to pop up, and it's going to prompt a question, and you'll have to figure it out. So, don't beat yourself up in the process. You got to give yourself a pep talk, go, and take action. If you want to get on my buyer's list, you just go to www.iwannabeonyourlist.com. There's a really good product to get started. If you want to get into wholesaling, guys have done a lot of deals by taking the little bitty tidbits out of it. It's all videos. It's really, really good. I highly recommend it. It's called thewholesaleproject.com. It's a product that I did several years ago. There are students here in the audience now that have done deals from it. It's the basics of what you need, of getting started, what wholesaling is, tactics, how I make the lists, all that information's in there. You can go to thewholesaleproject.com/sign-up if you want to buy it. I think it's like $197. So, and that's it. Once you buy it, you get access to all the videos. So that's pretty much it.
Perspective. Okay, guys. So let's open it up for some questions here. Let's begin with the question that somebody asked and we didn't get a chance to answer. Could you repeat your question, please? How do you prevent people from selling your deals? Okay, go ahead.
I would do an interview process. The minute they call, hey, I'm calling about the deal, and I'm always dramatic on my questions. You know, so are you paying cash? You ask all the standard buyer questions. I go and ask them direct. You're going to wholesale this, right? Well, yeah. Oh, okay. Now I know. Information. So number two, say, hey, man, I have no problem. I'm a reputable guy. Check around. I don't mind paying you a wholesale fee. But I want to know in the end who your buyer is, and I want to accept and pre-qualify your buyer. I would not sign anything just for him to send it out because you lose control of your deal. So just got to be up front. If he's got a great list, you can do a little agreement on the side. If you bring me a buyer on this deal, I promise to sign an agreement. But you need to get that information beforehand because it'll save a lot of headaches.
Thank you. Any more questions, guys? Yes, ma'am. Do you do your own title search? You want to take that, Andy?
I guess, do you guys all use title companies, everybody? Yeah, you're gonna, since we're going to be selling it to a third party and we don't want to mess with the title search, that fee that we pay is just part of the business cost, plus we don't pay it, we just get the assignment fee. We can save money as wholesalers by, negotiating to, lower the escrow amount and some other fees like that, but all of us use title companies.
Just one quick thing that I do want to add is on RealAcquisitions, you do have access to unlimited title searches, by the way. I hope you know that. One click, you can pull the title of the property. That does not replace the importance of a title company, but a preliminary title search and elimination can be done within seconds.
Yeah, I just want to say something about that real quick is I always use a title company, and I had a deal that I did. Buyer came in off a website of mine, seller came in off a website, or seller came in off a website, buyer came off a website, or my blast. The seller didn't want to close at a title company, wanted me to use an attorney that they had. And I was like, no, I have to close at a title company. I want the insurance. I don't want any liability. About 3 weeks, a month after we closed the deal, I got a call from the FBI. And the FBI was questioning me all this. I didn't believe it. And they were like, yeah, call back this number. I called it back. It was FBI. And the guy had sold the house 121 times in 1 year. And title insurance had to pay my buyer back his money on the deal. So I always stress using a title company. I wouldn't do it any other way.
The title company that we use, I know you use the same one, AC, is Inner Loop Title. Inner Loop Title or River Oaks Title on 610 and Ella. Excellent, guys. TC Jester. T610, excellent in working with investors. Okay, thank you, Andrea. They've changed their name to Providence Title.
Interlooptitle.com or something.
Yeah. So Inner Loop Title, River Oaks Title, Providence Title, all same companies. Okay, one more question. Yes, ma'am.
My question is, are any of you licensed? And if so, how do you get through the disclosures and stuff that you have?
What license?
Licensed as a real estate agent.
Are you licensed as a real estate license agent? If so, how do you get around? You want to take that? No. Okay.
Just do whatever the standard disclosures. You have to disclose the minute you meet him that you're a realtor. I think info on broker services, you have to get that signed. And just disclose to them. Say, look, I'm an investor. I think used to write it in special provisions. It is clear and understood that Wool is a licensed realtor. And just disclose it everywhere you go. And that's what I did when I was a realtor.
Just disclose it. Andrea. What kind of what? I'm sorry?
What's the assignment doc?
Where can you find an assignment doc?
It's a free download at willdenker.com. Type in your name and email, and then you get all the contracts. If it's not there, just hit me a reply, and I'll send it to you. But it should be there. DENKER. Will, WILL, D as in David, ENKER. willdenker.com. It's a free download.
You know, this is a panel, Will.
Answer the question.
Sorry, ma'am. Question. You must be a realtor to ask that question. Okay. No. Yeah. Go ahead.
Usually they don't. They don't care. Usually, you're not technically supposed to use it if you're not a realtor, but that's the one they know, and that's the one they know how to use. Because technically, if you're just a principal in the deal and it's between two people, you can write a contract on a cocktail napkin, and that's perfectly legitimate as long as both people sign it. TREC contracts are just mostly designed to protect the third party, which is the realtor.
And again, to be specifically answer your question, anyone can use a TREC contract. You're not limited. Only real estate agents are not limited to using those TREC contracts. But yes, they're primarily designed to protect the broker and the agent.
Well, they tell you actually agents are supposed to use it.
Right.
If you're not an agent.
But if you read that contract, there's nothing that says that you that.
I did a trek, and someone brought that up, and then he sent me the link the next day where it described that anybody could use it. I was shocked. I was like, oh, cool. I've been legal all these years.
Not that one time when you called me from jail.
I didn't do it.
Question.
What it represents, yeah, if the numbers work.
Just sign the assignment on the cocktail napkin too. Any more questions, guys? Andrea.
So I get the letter, and then I call you and I say, why did I get this letter? Just wondering. Calling you back, right? Because I'm reading the letter.
Andy, why don't you take that?
I guess as soon as I hear that, okay, that's like the opposite of motivated. Okay, so I already know where this is the situation is going to go, and I'll just say something politely. I'll say, well, you were on our database, and so we've been marketing. We send out thousands of postcards a week, and actually the funniest thing is I had one person would scream and yell at me and hang up on the phone and say, don't ever mail me again. Of course, they didn't leave me their address, so I had no idea who it was.
You can also use a service called Pat Live to avoid all those mean calls, and it's basically a secretary answering your phone 24/7, and it's a service, of course, so it's extensive payment you have to pay every month, but some of these guys use it, some other guys don't. I like using it because I don't want to be yelled at. So I don't want to. Yeah, and that's all we say. I mean, if they're bugging me,
We
that's all I
sent you the
say.
letter to see if you're interested in selling the house. Are you interested in selling? That's simple. And you should ask them that, because a lot of them are intimidated, nervous, and scared. Why are they selling this? Maybe I should call them because I'm kind of thinking, but I don't know. Oh, the realtors and they'll look at the letter for 3 days and not call.
I have had it happen to me where they'll start off real rough, okay, and then you just say, well, listen, I'm an investor. We're doing some marketing, and then all of a sudden you'll see that aggressiveness totally go away, and they'll say, well, actually, I am selling my house, and then you have a normal, conversation. So you don't know where it's going to go, and so really just, anyways, that's another approach.
Yes, last question for the evening. No last questions. Wow. Well, thank you so much, guys. Highly appreciate you taking the time to stay on. And y'all will be hanging out here. The meeting will be, we're not done. The meeting will be done in about 35 minutes. The icing on the cake is still remaining. And then towards the end, these guys will be at the back. Feel free to shake hands and ask them any questions, okay? Now, how many of you know that RealAcquisitions launched yet another service for you guys last month? The mortgage foreclosure lists. I know that. That's it. We launched pre-mortgage foreclosure lists also last month for Harris County. What? No excitement? So between pre-foreclosure lists, between free and clear properties, and between probate lists that we're about to add, we're now adding about 10,000 brand new leads per month for you guys. Let me repeat that, 10,000 brand new leads for you guys. So, oh yeah, and then of course recently we added map draw feature as well. Claire will show you that in a few seconds. So, guys, may I please request, if you need to talk to these guys, wait till the meeting is over, and then we'll sit down and discuss in details. Now, any questions about RealAcquisitions service in general, who we are, what we do? If you do not know, once the meeting is over, please come and talk to us in details. We are probably the largest real estate investor service website today in Houston, and very soon in Dallas and Dallas and San Antonio. So thank you for all your support and excitement. And with that, Clay, you have some special things to show these guys? Okay, so here is Mr. Clay Cahoon. And you'll be doing mortgage lists, right?
And map draw.
And map draw. Okay, that'll be cool.
Would you guys agree that a list of people who are about to have their houses foreclosed on the first Tuesday of next month would be a good list to market to? All right. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear you say that, because we've been working like dogs on this. All right. You can come to the main search page, and now there's a new button or a new search down here. You can say trustee foreclosure. Sale date, you can give us a sale date, so let's say July 1st, 2013. So you're looking for the July foreclosure list. That's pretty cool. And way down here, there's also a new button